Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. We are back in XP12 in yet another fantastic freighter. We are in the newly released FlightFactor 777 freighter expansion. So this did come out a few days ago. Now my apologies, I was going to stream this yesterday evening. However, I was getting some crashes and CTDs and all sorts, which I found out eventually was to do with better pushback in this aircraft, some sort of conflict. So once I remove better pushback for this aircraft, we are good to go. So that's all sorted, and we are now here. Welcome everybody. Welcome Nikki, Stan. Welcome. Lena, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Tweed, welcome. So we are, as you can see here, in this beautiful Qatar Formula One livery, which I think is really cool. I mean, it's a very nice livery indeed. Now, it does come with two liveries. Well, three is standard. Technically, does the 777 from FlightFactor. You get this one, which is the Qatari F1 livery. You get Emirates Sky Cargo, and you get the House FlightFactor Cargo sort of variant livery as well. So I do wish they added more. However, the community already within like 48 hours of this thing releasing has made a whole bunch of liveries. You know, all the big ones are there. You got DHL, FedEx, Air, One Air, all sorts of different liveries already out thanks to the excellent community. So let's jump into the cockpit here, and I'll be showing you guys all of the sort of cargo specific stuff. But first of all, I do want to just show the route today. Now I just realized we are missing the bar at the top of flight information, so I'll add that in a second. I forgot to load that. But here we are here at Brussels National Airport, at the large cargo sort of apron here. We're going to be departing runway 25 right on the Denu 3 Golf, heading pretty much straight to the northwest and then west over the channel over London. If it's not too cloudy, we should get a nice view. And then we're going to make a right turn, head north up towards the Midlands, and as you can see, we are arriving at East Midlands. So we're going to be going up past Northampton, past Leicester over here, and then joining the ILS runway 27 for East Midlands. East Midlands, of course, a huge cargo hub here in the UK. It is my local airport, so I'm very familiar with it, and it does handle F1 cargo because a lot of F1 teams are based in the UK. And of course, with this being such a large cargo airport, we get quite a lot of F1 cargo in and out, which is quite cool. So that's the routing for today then. Should be pretty nice. Got some lovely orthos set up for Brussels, and we got Orbit Extra Earth, of course, for the UK. Wave as you fly over. Will do, Nikki. Hey guys, I won't be very active tonight. No worries, one for that's totally okay, but nice to have you here. Absolutely. Livery looking nice. Yes, absolutely. It looks great. It looks great. So let's as you can see here, this is sort of, I've not touched the aircraft. This is how we spawned in. I haven't done anything at the minute. So let's go ahead and play around with this then. So actually, the first thing we can do is if we head out to the out of the cockpit here, you can see there's actually some crew rest areas here, which is quite cool. So actually, we have got a lavatory. As you can see, my textures are compressing heavily at the minute due to my limited VRAM. I assure you, the textures are a lot better than that by default. And then we got a bit of a crew rest area here as well, which is really cool. So close that door, and we can head here into the cargo bay, which, as you can see, is modeled very nicely. You can see just how large it is. There is a door on the other side as well. But yeah, really nicely done. And this does fill up, so there is the dynamic cargo loading. Michael Pace, welcome. How's it going, my friend? So there is actually possible using this panel here, and big shout out to Sierra Kilo. I will post his video in a second on, he made a fantastic video on the differences with the cargo variant and the interaction and stuff like that. So I will post that in a second and pin it actually, because it's well worth a watch if you are thinking of picking up this aircraft. You can control the main cargo door using this. Now, of course, at the minute it's open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to close it, and then I'm going to show you how to open it. So, first things first. Actually, we probably need power, don't we? Let's get a bit of power going. We'll get straight onto the APU, sorry, onto the external powers, and I'll do a very quick flow here. Nothing too different to the passenger variant. Window heats can go on hydraulics. That's going to be important for the door, of course. So these can go to auto. Seatbelt signs auto. That's just for the crew if we're, you know, ferrying over crew or anything like that. Relief pilot sat in the back. Nav logo light can go on. Anti-ice to auto. Let's get a bit of heat because it's pretty cold at the minute. In the UK here, it's been really cold today. Right, so we got power. I'll leave the APU for now, and we'll head back over here. Let's reposition my microphone. Alright, so now, as you can see, we have power. So the door is unlocked, and as you can see, it's open. So what you want to do is you want to arm the door first. So you want to arm it. As you can see, this is a sort of middle position. You can arm it up or you can arm it down. You want to arm it in the direction in which the door is traveling. So it's currently open, we want to close it. So we're going to arm it down, okay? Then we can just make sure it's unlocked, as you can see, and we can hit close. And what it'll do is, if we walk out here, you can see it is now closing. Good stuff. And what we can do is, of course, we want to load some stuff onto the aircraft, don't we? So let's wait for it to close, which it will do in just a second. There it is, closed and latched. So if you are, you know, now leaving the aircraft or going to go fly, you would want to lock it, of course. So let's arm it up this time, as we're going to be opening the aircraft. It is, let's unlock it and hit open, just like that. Oh, we need to arm it and then open. There it goes. And now, door is opening. Lovely stuff. And we'll head back in the cockpit. And I'm just gonna, that's closed. Lovely stuff. Alright. Hey, Jesse, welcome. How's it going, my friend? Glad to have you here. I'm doing well. Lots of freighter operations, which is fantastic. We've got the Fearless, which I'm still going to do another stream on, by the way. I'm still due another stream on that. Now, of course, this. How are you walking around? Is there a mod? So I'm just using the free cam. So I'm using, sorry, not free cam. I'm just using the cockpit and then hitting shift and the full stop key on the keyboard to move back and forth in the cockpit, and just using that essentially. But a walk around mode would be absolutely lovely. In fact, there is a plugin. I am yet to try it. There we are. Cool. So let's go into here and let's have a look at some of the options we have then for loading. So first things first, I want to go external service, Navigraph, and let me fetch the data from Navigraph. There it is. We can go to airplane, weight and balance, and as you can see, we can just fill from SimBrief. As you can see here, then we can go to loading page and get stuff to load. But today we want to do some special cargo. We want to load some lovely F1 cars. So what I can do, we'll take a sip of coffee, I guess. You might need it to work this one out. So here we have the loading system, and as you can see, this is what it's planned based on what we just inputted from SimBrief. This is what it's you know, it currently wants to do. Now you can actually select and move stuff forward. So you select, so it's SEL, and then you can click and you can move forward and back. As you can see, it adjusts the CG as well. Now this isn't live. This is what is going to happen. Now the really cool thing is here, if you want to you can select this and you can say, oh look, my CG is well out. I want to see what happens if I remove this entirely. you click this button, it will move it to the side, which essentially is, this is what the aircraft would be. This is the zero fuel weight, this is the CG, if this was not, you know, in the aircraft. And you can put that back, kind of thing. Okay, but I want to stress this is the planned load. It's not what's in the aircraft right now. As you can see, the above data doesn't represent the current load. So, let's do this. CG is quite far forward, so let's remove that. Let's remove that one for now. I want to add some F1 cars in. So, there's all of these different options. They're all different sort of container types. If you watch the video, which I'll put in the chat in just a sec. In fact, you know what? Let me do it now, for you guys, because let me tell you, it's a really fantastic video, from a moderator here on the channel, actually, who explains all of this stuff in really great depth. So there is the video. I will pin that as well. There it is. Alrighty. So, if you do want to see what all of those different cargo options are, they're just different container types, really. I'd recommend having a look at that video. Now, there is special cargo, which is either elephants, yes, elephants, or F1 cars. Now, we're going to put a few F1 cars in, and maybe we'll stick an elephant in as well, why not, to show you a bit of both. So, let's go to special, and as you can see here, it says F1 car. Now, if it doesn't say F1 car here for you, you can go to freight config and show special freight name. You want to turn that on and reload the aircraft. So special can give you either the F1 car or it can give you the elephant. Now it's totally random. So right now it says elephant. So let's put an elephant, let's say there. Okay. Now if I click special again, it says elephant. Oh no, but I want an F1 car. What you're going to have to do is just hit special again and you'll get F1 car. You might have to hit special a few times. You'll get the F1 car eventually. So let's put that right here, right out the door. So as soon as we open it, when we get to East Midlands, you're going to see a lovely F1 car there. So let's see, how much cargo do we currently have? 32.4 tons. We took about 10 tons off. We've only added about 2.5 tons. So let's add something a little bit heavier then. Let's see, what about something like this? Yeah, alright, that'll do. About 40 tons. Our planned payload is 74 tons, really? 75 tons, according to this. So, let's do this. Let's add a load more. Let's see. Alright, about 63, and then we'll add about there, and then we'll add our F1 car again. So let's put that there. Let's move that forward and put our F1 car here, and this can go maybe let's see, something like that works really nicely. And then let's add an elephant in. And we'll put them at the front. Was that an elephant? I don't think that was an elephant. I'm just going to remove that. Click elephant. There we are. Alright, now we got an elephant. We may need to just... let's see. Okay. Now we should have an elephant. We have an F1 car. Our CG is not looking too bad. Hey, Sim Crushfly, welcome. So, that is our loading sort of menu in a little bit of detail there. So we can click back and let's go to the loading page. And why are you not letting me? Freight load. Oh yes, we need to make a contact, don't we? So let's make contact with the ground crew, and instead of the purser, we now have the loadmaster. So we can hit cab in and talk to the loadmaster.
Hello, this is the captain speaking.
Good day. Ready over here?
Alright, now we make contact. I'm just going to end that call. I prefer to do stuff via the EFB, so I like to just make contact here and then head over to the EFB and sort everything out there.
Hi, this is the captain. Hope you are all doing well today.
Ground here.
Alright, so there it is. Of course, if you want to make things simple, hit fill from sim brief, let it do it automatically, which is what I'm probably going to do most of the time. I only added the F1 car and elephant to show you guys realistically. But now if we go to loading, let's see, we've got 18 tons of fuel. I'm not going to offload the 4-ton difference. We'll take it as spare, you know, it's not too much of an issue. We will hit load here,
Please start
and
the
load here.
loading.
Yes, sir. Loading.
We need to load the catering and whatever miscellaneous items we have.
Will
Okay.
do.
Please start the loading process now.
Roger that.
Right, things should load in a second. Oh, it's electric. Okay, I see. I see. Good point. Good point. Right, where's our, what's the Loadmaster one?
All miscellaneous items and catering has been loaded.
Thank you very much.
Waiting for cargo loader, waiting for belt loader. I think it should be all appearing in a second, he says. Hopefully. Or do I need to go and do it myself? I think I need to go and do it myself. Okay, so let's go ground service. Oh, the loader is on the way, allegedly. They're on the way as well. Okay. There it is. Okay, so now in a second, there it is. Alrighty, now here's the good stuff. So now, as you can see, we have all our cargo, and it is loading it dynamically into the aircraft. As you can see, now we have a lot of the random stuff. You can see the different types of pallets, boxes, etc. We have our F1 car here, as you can see. Really, really cool. Now, very much looking into retexturing this for maybe a bit of a CUDA racing livery. How about that? That'd be pretty cool, right? And here's our elephant that we're going to load in as well. So it's currently on 1 times. Just because, so the animations do scale with the time as well. So in the settings, you can of course change the time scale, which is essentially how fast or slow things load. For me, it's currently on real time. If you have it on 4 times, the animation will actually be 4 times quicker, which is pretty interesting. Wondering if UDL is a typo. I'm an old Flying Tigers cargo handler, and we used to refer to containers as ULD units, load device. What do you think? You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm no cargo expert, so it could mean something else potentially. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a typo, to be fair. Hey Shisim, welcome. Glad to have you here. We're flying this bird tomorrow. Lovely, fantastic stuff. You can make it look like Stroll's car in several pieces. Yeah, if I make it look like Stroll's car, I'm not sure we'd get anywhere, to be honest. We'd probably end up with an engine failure or something, right? But no, I think we'll put a nice CUDA livery on here at some point when I do the channel livery. So that's going to load now dynamically. You'll be able to see if we head into the cockpit and head into the cargo bay. There it is. It all pops up, and it is indeed loading slowly into the cargo. Now I hope for the 1-time speed isn't too slow. Maybe by the time I finish talking, we'll be ready then. So anyway, we got the aircraft loading. That's good to go. Let's continue with the rest of the setup then. So we've got our temperatures nice and high. Let's head into the FMC. Now this feels very modern compared to what we were flying last time. Of course, flying the Felis 747-200 freighter, which was a lot of fun. Like I said, I am due another stream on that. This is X-Plane 12. This is X-Plane 12. Right, so I do need to get Fly Live going. Your screen will go black for a second. That's fine. Alrighty, let's just put this in real quick and get this up and running for you guys. EGNX, we are Qatar Cargo 818. If we go here, I can switch the aircraft to now. Of course, the freighter uses the 77L code, so that's what we're going to put in. And now, if I hit refresh, there it is. Lovely, that's up and running. There we are. I forgot to do that before I started the stream. So let's go here. We are at Echo Bravo Bravo Romeo, and we'll put our position in there. We can go to route. Now I did save the route to the XP12 flight plan, so we can load it here to save a little bit of time. EBBR, that should be GNX, Golf, November X-ray 01. There it is. We can activate that. Probably have a little look outside. Where's all my... there it is. It takes a second to load. You can see more cargo containers being loaded in there. Really nice. Alright. So... now something else which I thought was interesting is here in the general section, this do not optimize outside drawing was turned off automatically for me. Now the reason I turned this on is because in my wing views, which is here, I'm technically classed as still being inside the cabin, right? So the engine animations wasn't working if you have that option on. So if you're looking at a wing view and you see that your engine animation isn't working, just make sure that that setting, this do not optimize outside drawing, is turned on, which I don't know why it's not on by default, but there you go. Let's continue then. We are flight number, we're Qatar Cargo today, so that's Quebec Alpha Charlie 818. There we are. Let's do this. Let's get our clearance in the meantime. So just looking on sane tensions now. We are using sane tensions AI for the ATC, and just gonna look at what the ATIS is, so I can actually show you guys this if I bring it across. Here we are. So this lovely new airport lookup tab. We got Brussels Airport information November 1950 Zulu, so around half an hour ago. Arriving runways 1925 left, 25 right. Departing 1925 right. We're planned for 25 right. Wind calm, visibility 2, sky conditions, no significant cloud. Temperature 0, so it is freezing. If we get into some moisture, we'll think about anti-ice, although it's automatic on this aircraft. But we will monitor. Dew point -1, QNH 1028. Transition level 60, bird activity. That's all standard stuff. Initial contact, you have information at November. Lovely. And the looking at the METAR here, we're looking okay. Now we are live weather, but we're not live time at the minute. So QNH 1028, wasn't it? Why is my frames struggling a little bit there, but I'm sure it'll sort itself out. 1028, and there's a little hidden click spot here. If you click that, it transfers to the FO's side automatically. Good. So this all looks good. We should probably get the recirc fan on. And let's talk to the departure clearance then. 12190. 12190. Is it 955? 955 it is. 1219055. Alright. Let's just see what stand we're at, and then we'll talk to them. Alright, we're at stand 965. So, Brussels clearance, Qatar Cargo 818, stand 965, information November on board. Aircraft type Boeing 777. Request IFR clearance to East Midlands, please.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Alrighty. Just take a second for them to load. Load stuff in here. We'll take a wander through the cargo compartment in a little bit once everything's been loaded on board. Beautiful. They are taking their time with this clearance, aren't they? Yeah, visibility is not great here. Again, I went and installed a load of orthos for this area, and terrible weather, not even going to be able to look at it, unfortunately. Can you receive your clearance via CPDLC? You can, yes. I just, I'll be honest, I don't know how to. But I should probably learn. How to, right? Although I think they've forgotten us. I'll be honest. Come on, say intentions.
Contact ground on 118.055. I'm following like have a good evening, bye.
Let's give them a bit of a prompt. Brussels clearance, Qatar cargo 818. Is there any update on our IFR clearance, please? So intentions may be on a slow at the minute.
November Lima Whiskey, clear to East Midlands, runway 25 right, Chivas 3 Golf departure, maintain 5,000 feet, squawk 2456, departure frequency 127.575.
Delivery, good.
I'm just going to restart the flight. It's picking up an old flight plan. So I do apologize. I don't know why Say Intentions does that. It tends to have issues when I stream. It's really weird. I feel like using the extra PC power on my stream causes it to bug a little bit. Let's try this again.
6,000. Departure on 127.575, squawk 6513, beeline 7 Echo Kilo.
Brussels clearance, Qatar cargo 818, stand 965. Information November on board, aircraft type Boeing 777. Request IFR clearance to London Heathrow, please. See what they say.
Brussels clearance, good morning. Swiss 8636 looking to pick up clearance to Zurich.
I am working on that clearance. Stand by.
Alright, they're working on the clearance.
November Lima Whiskey, clear to London Heathrow via the Denny 3 Golf departure
Okay.
runway 25 right. Initial climb to flight level 060. Departure on 127.575, squawk 5534.
Interesting that they said clear to London Heathrow. We're not going Heathrow. Negative Brussels clearance. We're heading to East Midlands. That's Echo Golf November X-ray.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Yeah, say intentions, absolutely. I tell you, I've done 4 flights today. Not an issue with say intentions. I really think there's something when I stream, it's causing
November
some
Lima
sort of...
Whiskey. Apologies for the mix-up. Clear to East Midlands via
Yeah,
the
there
Denny
we are.
3 Golf
Good there.
departure, then as filed. Departure runway 25 right. Initial climb flight level 060. Departure on 127.575, squawk 5534.
Clear to East Midlands via the Denny 3 Golf departure, then as filed. Departure runway 25 right. Initial climb to flight level 060. Departure on 127.575, squawk 5534. Qatar cargo 818.
November Lima Whiskey. Read back correct. Ground will be on 121.88.
Ground on 121.88. Qatar cargo 818. Why they're not picking up my call sign, I have no idea.
Stand by your number 1.
Brussels clearance, can you amend our call sign to Qatar cargo, please?
this flight with us at our lovely airline.
November Lima Whiskey.
We are delighted
Contact
to have
Brussels
you with us
ground on
today as we prepare
121.880 for taxi instructions. Expect runway
This is
25
flight
right.
number
I
2455.
don't need
Please take your seats.
cabin clear.
November Lima Whiskey. Not clear what you said. Say again.
Brussels clearance, please amend our call sign to Qatar Cargo 818.
Information Golf.
If not, I'm just gonna leave these guys. I don't know why.
Departure runway
It's giving me issues at the minute.
To 6,000 feet. Departure 127 decimal 575 and squawk 6461. Android 901.
November Lima Whiskey. Your call sign amendment is noted. You are cleared to East Midlands via the Denny 3 Golf departure, then as filed. Departure runway 25 right. Initial climb flight level 060. Departure on 127.575 squawk 5534.
You know what? we'll leave set intentions for today's stream. No idea why it's giving issues. I think it's maybe not picking up the fact that Qatar Cargo is a call sign. There's some call signs it still doesn't recognize, so it might just be that. But anyway, I heard we got a call from the load master, so let's see what they have to say. From the ground, sorry.
Captain, loading is done.
Much appreciated.
Right, loading is done. Lovely. So if we go to airplane ground service, sorry, not airplane ground service, we go to airplane weight balance, loading page, we can see that we've still got a bit of cargo loading, which is in the in these areas here, in the belly cargo essentially. But our main cargo is done, and they've actually closed the door for us. Lovely. We can now do real life DHL UK flights. Yes, exactly. I've been so excited for this. Of course, East Midlands being my local, I see lots of DHL UK, lots of 777s flying over me. In fact, I saw a few today. Also looking forward to doing some Air One, One Air operations. That'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, really looking forward to the freighter. I've always wanted the freighter version, so this should be pretty cool. Let's get the APU going, and then we're gonna sort ourselves out here. So if we go to departure here, Denny 3 Golf. Do you see the 007 livery one? I've not seen that. No, I've not seen that. That sounds pretty cool though. So we're departing 25 right on the Denny 3 Golf. We'll execute that. Okay. We go back to the departure arrival. Then we're going to be ILS runway 27 via the Peugeot departure. The Peugeot transition on the Hamel 1 Echo, which is this one here. So we'll execute that. So let's check this. After dinner, we are direct to Lumen. So we'll clean that up there. Good stuff. And that's fine for now. And what we can do is remove this disco as well. Alright. Now let's put our cruise in. So we are cruising at flight level 320. Cost index of 33. Yeah, can't wait for the camera implementation, absolutely. Oh, we need to put our weight in, don't we, first? Otherwise it doesn't like it.
Captain, luggage loading is done.
Thank you.
Perfect timing, they're all done. So, let's see here. If we go to weight summary. 0 fuel weight 2229. 222. Nope. Remove all that. 2229. There we are. Gives us a total weight or gross weight of 241. Our planned is 231, so we're 10 tons heavy, but we are taking 4 tons of extra fuel. So that's fine. We're realistically 6 tons higher on our 0 fuel weight because of the 4 tons extra fuel. That's perfectly fine. I'll accept that. Our fin res today is 6.3. Now we can put our cruise altitude of 320. And then the cost index was 33, wasn't it? Lovely stuff. Let's do our performance calculations and then we should be good to go. So, performance, copy FMC data. Condition is dry, wind. So I'm going to grab this from Navigraph. It's 230 at 4. So 230 at 4. The temperature is indeed now -0. Interesting. It is indeed -1. I would expect 0 to just be 0, not -0. The QNH is 1028, but that's going to be in hectopascals. I wish that changed in sorry, inches of mercury. I wish that switched with this, but if we switch this to inches, it's 3.36. So that's fine. It is the same, just a different unit. Flaps 5, takeoff, anti-ice will be off. Calculate. So we can pop this out, go down to our second FMC over here, thrust limitation. Selected temp of 44 degrees. Now this says N1 95.2, but I get 96.1. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Maybe if I derate, do I get 95.2? No, see, then I get 90, which is significantly lower. So there is a bit of a discrepancy between the EFB and what's in here. But we'll go take off flaps 5, 134, 138, and 142. CG of 31%. That is 31% of the mean aerodynamic chord. Which basically means if our mean aerodynamic chord, so the basically the average width of the wing, if it was 1 meter, for example, and it's 30%, that means our CG is at 30 centimeters in, essentially. Alrighty. That's all done. Trim 4.5. I'm gonna get that set now. 4.5 is set. Okay. Everything up here is looking good. I think it's time we get the fuel pumps on. We have nothing in the center tank, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and switch over to the APU gen. And let's go to ground crew.
Yes, sir.
Let's remove equipment and close hatches.
Go ahead and disconnect all ground equipment.
Gladly.
Please close all hatches and remove all personnel. We are ready to pressurize the hydraulics.
You are cleared to pressurize the hydraulics, sir.
Alright, and now we talk to Loadmaster and get them to close all the doors.
What can I do for you?
They can close all.
Close doors.
Affirmative.
Alright, and we'll talk to them in a second to arm the door as well before we get moving. Look at it, low vis here in Brussels. Okay, cargo heat is off, it says. So maybe let's turn this up. Cargo fire. Cargo temp. Oh, here we are, soft. Alright, good. Auto brake RTO. And let's go through the checklist then.
Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen. Tested 100%.
Before start.
MCP.
It just...
Set.
Takeoff speeds.
I'll set.
CDU
Actually, the
pre-flight
MCP is not set. What am I doing? 142. Is there a restriction? Let's see. No restrictions that I can see on my chart. So we can head all the way up to 320. There it is. So now the MCP is set. Okay.
Completed.
Trim.
Set.
Taxi and takeoff briefing. Completed.
Completed.
Beacon. On.
Alright, let's get the beacon on. in that
Checklist
case. Alright.
complete.
Switch that back to engine. Let's get the load master to arm the door, and then we're gonna push
Sir?
back out of here. So doors and arm.
Doors to armed mode, please.
The doors are in automatic position.
Good. Okay. Now, as you can see, we are good to go. Just remove those cones. Let's get the parking brake is set. Let's get the let's go airplane pushback. Start pushback.
We are ready for pushback.
Set brakes.
Parking brake set.
All right. And now we have our pushback, as you can see. Now, I don't know why my camera views aren't working. It's a bit of a shame, so we're gonna have to just sort of do it like this. So let's park this thing in front. Something, my guess is something's conflicting. Alright, and then we'll turn it around. And we'll back it in. Do a manual pushback here. Now you can see the angle in here. So make sure these are all in the green. So we'll stop there and connect.
You
now
are clear to
sometimes
release.
there they are. Alright. Now we release the parking brake.
Park brake released.
Getting it cranking, sir.
Alright. Let's give it some power. Alright. Now we're moving. Let's start the engine then. So we'll start number 2 first. And lovely auto start, so we can just do that. Fantastic. And that's going to start for us. Now let's see if we can get this correct here. For a start, we're pushing back the other way. Nose left, not nose right. Good start. Hear the engine starting there, lovely stuff. Oh, overshot by a lot. Right, what I'm gonna do is can we pull forward? We can. Alright, let's pull forward slightly. This is why I'm going to be a pilot and not a pushback driver. Not a tug driver. Because as you can see, we've messed this one up pretty bad. Maybe we can recover it. Maybe. Not bad. Right, start straightening up. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's get the other engine starting. So we'll get number 1 starting. And I will disconnect. So I'll set the parking brake.
set.
Looks like we've got a
Thank
disconnect
you.
now.
See you at the hand signals.
And disconnect, drive it off. And we'll just head off over there. Alright. they will give us the, they'll show us the flag here. Well, they should be showing us the gear pin. Oh, I need to click end pushback, don't I?
We are done with the pushback.
All good. Show me the pin, please.
Equipment removed, sir. Pin is in my hand.
Thank
There
you
we
very
are.
much.
That's a massive
See
gear
you
pin.
next time, sir.
Alright, now they'll disappear. Alright. So, good start on both engines then. APU can come off. TCAS off, yeah, that's fine. And we are clear, so let's get the weather radar on. Let's get the turn off lights and the taxi light on. And we'll release the parking brake and we'll make our way to the runway then. So we actually need to cross the runway we're taking off on in order to get to the threshold. Yes, look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. I'll tell you, the 777 has got to be one of the best. It is an absolute beast. Oh yes. So we need to make a right here, cross the runway, and then a left and take the parallel taxiway all the way down. Since we're crossing the runway, I am going to get my strobes on. Looks clear to me. Right, weather radar is on. Good. It's all on auto, so that's fine. Doors are in auto brake is on RTO.
Left.
We go to checklist.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Okay, we
Oxygen
did this.
tested 100%.
Before start
We did
checklist,
this.
taxi checklist.
Recall. Check.
Recall.
Flight controls. Check.
Yep, checked.
Checked.
Ground equipment. Cleared.
Cleared.
Checklist complete.
Alright, let's set flaps 5 for the departure. Nice. And yeah, now we're taking this parallel runway all the way down. The default scenery here at Brussels is actually really nice. Not too bad at all. So, next stream, unless a new product or something comes out that we need to check out, my plan is to take the Felis up again. We'll do a freighter operation in that. So if you have any route suggestions, do let me know. Of course, around an hour to an hour and a half flight time is perfect. We are using the G-loaded camera today, no XP realistic. Been really enjoying the G-loaded camera recently. I'll taxi all the way down to the end here. There's a 787, is that a Thai 787 taking off there? Look at that. Beautiful. And yes, like I said, we are going to East Midlands. Look at that. Keep it rolling here. Strobe light doesn't need to be on while we're taxiing. We'll turn that on again later. Run the before takeoff checklist.
Takeoff checklist, please.
Checklist complete.
Which is just flaps. So we are good for takeoff. Set this back to engine. I'll get the flight directors and the auto throttle on. We'll go LNAV, VNAV, ready for the departure. Now, of course, we're not running sane tensions at the minute because it was causing me issues. So we can just go ahead then to the runway and take off. Alright, so we're getting to this runway. There's nothing on the approach here that I can see. So lights can go on. There we are. TCAS can go on as well. There is an aircraft. Looks like they're on the approach for the other runway, so that's fine.
Approaching runway.
We can pretty much take off straight away.
25 right.
So we're going to take off, no delay here. Low vis departure out of Brussels here.
On runway 25 right.
Alright, so we'll spool them up around 40%. It's 40%, stable. Start the clock and toga. Forward pressure on the yoke. Yes, we're already late, absolutely. They can also be quite light, so we're going to absolutely rocket out of here. D1, D1, and rotate. Slow rotation. Go flyby. Oh yes. Right, positive climb. Gear can go up. We've got a lovely view for this as well. Oh yes. Lovely animations. You can see the detail there in the doors. Follow the get to some actual flying. Look how fast we're speeding up. Flaps 1. And see that waypoint around the 5 mile mark away from me? I'm probably going to go direct to that. I'll bypass this waypoint to the right, so I'm just going to be weaving left and right. Alright, flaps can go up. I'm going to level off around there. And I'm just going to go legs, direct. There we are, alright. Zoom out a bit. Get that autopilot on. Not much to see, unfortunately. It's cloudy departure. Question, so on my rest area behind the cockpit door keeps somewhat flashing. Is this because of performance or is it a bug? I restored the whole thing. I would probably suggest that that's a bug. Past the transition altitude, so we go standard. I'd suggest that's a bug, but without seeing it, it's difficult to say. I'd probably suggest posting it on the FlightFactor Discord and see what they say. We're already late, absolutely. Tweet, imagine the power of the 115s incoming. Yes, absolutely, I know. I know, right? Look at this climb rate, almost 4,000 feet per minute. I know we're quite light, but still impressive. Beautiful. Beautiful. Looks like we're going to break out the clouds here. I think that was 10,000, it was indeed, so we're speeding up now. We can get the landing lights off. And the runway turn off, taxi lights can go off as well. And we can run the after takeoff checklist.
Please. Checklist complete.
There we are. Just go straight through them. I think that's the
traffic.
Traffic. I think it's this one we need to keep an eye on. I think we're clear, but we are getting a bit close. Okay, we'll keep an eye. We are climbing above them. They're 2,000 feet below us, so we should be fine. The checklist auto completing, I think that's a option if I remember correctly. So the simulation, I think it's interaction. Nope. It will be crew interaction. Not that. Is there a checklist? Yeah, checklist, here we are. Automatically, that's it. We'll turn that off for now. Alright. Then it won't automatically go through the following checklist, as you can see.
Recall.
Which we don't want
Check.
for now. So we'll turn that off. Alright. There we are, above the clouds. Lovely stuff. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. Alrighty. 318 knots for our climb, not too bad at all. Bit of weather off our left there. Can't see it. But should be pretty nice at the minute. And that's pretty much us then. Cruising to East Midlands. Lovely stuff. About an hour flight time, roughly. I did say I'll show you the cargo deck, didn't I? Let's go back here. I don't think this is pressurized. I hope not. Otherwise, well, that open door would be an issue. Sorry, I think it is pressurized. If it wasn't pressurized, it'd be an issue, of course, with that door open. But you can see all the cargo in here and how it's distributed. So we're pretty light today, as you can see. We don't have too much on board. But we can go back here. See the elephant that is on board. The F1 car should be back here as well. More boxes, and the F1 car's right here, I think. There it is, there's our F1 car. Look at that, right next to the door, so as soon as we open it, we should be able to see it. Very cool. Let's head back, and I will close this door. Where's the door gone? it is. And we'll close that. Alright. Good. Now we're making a left turn out to out towards the coast. That might mess because of the elephant. Beautiful. Hard to believe this level of detail in our sim. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad to have the freighter finally in XP12. I love flying freight. I think it gives me more options with your routes. Because freight, you can pretty much do anywhere to anywhere, right? Great stuff. Yes, like I said, if you've got any route suggestions for our Fearless stream, do let me know. A very nice looking flight deck. That's the new Mango Studios FS experience, but it's probably that's more catered towards airline than passenger flying, isn't it? So that's a new plugin which came out just recently. Get a little nose view here. Just tested long or short haul. We're looking short haul. So about an hour and a half flight time would be good for the stream. Just testing my experience with 5080 and man, what a disappointment. Really interesting. That's really interesting, actually. Is it performing worse or better than the XTX that you have? I have to say, it does seem like Nvidia is slacking a little bit. I mean, the 50 series cards, some still having 8 gig of VRAM and 12 gig of VRAM is kind of ridiculous, I'll be honest. We definitely be needing more VRAM nowadays, particularly for flight sim. I think in 2025, 8 and 12 is not going to cut it for a 2025 graphics card. You want minimum 16. Especially if you're spending that amount of money on a 50 series graphics card. Let's have a look at these lovely General Electric engines, GE90s. Cairo Jeddah, how long is that? I do have scenery for Cairo, I've got the Thai models Cairo. Can definitely do that. You know what, Jeddah doesn't look too bad. Cairo Jeddah looks like it's what, an hour and a half-ish. Do a quick sim brief. 2 hours. Let's have a look. We could potentially stretch to 2 hours, but that might be a bit long for a feeler stream because it takes a while to get in the air. Let me have a quick look. overall experience is much smoother on the XTX. Microsoft Flight Sim in MX Plane. Don't get me wrong, it's a great card, just had much more expectations from the card. I write a report on Cyber. Lovely. Brilliant. Fantastic stuff, thank you. If I just look at Jeddah. That's Oscar Echo Juliet November to Hotel Echo Kilo, Hotel Echo Charlie Alpha in the 742. See how long that is. Block times 2 hours 15, so it's about an hour 45 in the air. To any airport potentially a bit closer, because Cairo, I like the idea of doing Cairo. I do like that idea. I wonder, I do have scenery for Istanbul. I've got the Aerosoft scenery. I wonder if we can do Istanbul Child. It's about the same. Yes, it's a bit long unfortunately though for a feeler stream. What if we did Luxor? Is Luxor big enough? Luxor Cairo, is Luxor big enough for a 747? There'll be a new airport, but I've just seen this nearby and it's listed as an alternate on SimBrief, so I assume if SimBrief lists it as an alternate, 1 hour 25, so 1 hour 55, that might be, we might be able to do Luxor. That'll be an interesting flight. I've never done a Luxor flight. Let's see. Oh, it's right on the river as well. Or close to the river. Do any heavies go into there nowadays? Lots of 7.3s, 320s. I'll have a look. We'll have a look. If Luxor takes cargo and it's got a nice cargo stand, we can do that. I'll have a look over the weekend and we'll figure out a route. But when you mention Cairo, I think I want to do Cairo. Cairo will be a lot of fun. I do have the scenery as well, which we haven't flown to very much at all, so we should probably use that. Looks like we are at our cruise altitude now. Not too far away from the top of the descent. Already, actually. Where can I find your XP12 graphic settings? My XP12 graphic settings are on my Discord in the XP12 graphic settings section. According to Wiki, there is cargo terminal. Lovely. I'll have a look, make sure it's suitable, and If it is, I think we'll do that. That sounds like a fun new route to try. Look at that. Aircraft was just in front of us for a second. That United aircraft. Looks like United 7.5 in front of us. Look at that. Hey, Golden Aviation, welcome. How's it going? Glad to have you here. Those cars are looking really nice. Oh yes. I tell you, that G90 looks fantastic. Pretty close to crossing the channel. You can see there's the UK. There's a channel. In fact, we're a lot closer than we thought. Here's the UK as well. It's Margate down there. Trying to look, I just spotted a runway there. Trying to have a look at what that is. Doesn't actually show up as an airport on there, on Navigraph. Must be a disused runway. We have a few disused runways in the UK that are now used for like car meets and stuff. Can't wait to buy XP12, hoping there's a sale on the Lemma Research website. I'm sure there will be at some point, if not for Black Friday, maybe Christmas. Hey, you won the giveaway in FlightFactor Discord, and I'm now the proud owner of the 777 version 2. Well done, my friend. That's absolutely deserved, and I hope you enjoy the aircraft. It's really fantastic. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Beautiful. Should we get some of this panel lighting? I really enjoy the panel lighting in the 777. Let's get some lovely bright panel lighting up in here. I know it's daytime, but I just think it looks cool. Yeah, look at that. Lovely stuff. We're passing directly over Southampton shortly. Not Southampton. What am I talking about? Southend. Just off our nose. Oh yeah. Thoughts on Norris potentially winning the championship? Honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind whether Verstappen wins. If he does, that'd be amazing. You know, considering where he was and how many points down he was, and to bring it back like that would be absolutely insane. But whether he wins, whether Norris wins, whether Piastri wins, I'm not overly bothered as long as we get fair fights. You know, a lot of great racing towards the end of the season, fair racing. No FIA manipulation, you know. That's all I want really in these final few races. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty nice end to the season. It's been a good season overall, I'd say. The nice fights, you know, nice championship battle. Yeah, absolutely. I have been supporting Piastri this year. He really has been struggling towards the end of the season. It's really strange, but I hope he gets it back because he was very impressive at the start of the season. Really impressive. So I'm hoping he locks in final 3 races of the season. We got a sprint next week, haven't we? Is it next week? Or whenever Qatar, whenever we have the Qatar GP, so should be a lot of fun. Speaking of, I am heading down to the F1 arcade tomorrow, actually, in London, which will be a lot of fun. It's amazing. Just a quick hop to test it out. It's amazing. Although the insane amount of clickable buttons and the 520-page POH terrifies me. Yeah, there's a lot to read. There's a lot to learn. You might need a degree to learn the EFB and the layout. I'll be honest, but no, it's honestly it's really good. It's really good. So Southend is there it is. Look at that tiny little runway. Southend down there. Great stuff. And London are off to our 11 o'clock as well. We'll start our descent fairly soon. You can see reset MCP alt, so see the first altitude on our first restriction. So by Hemel, so we've got Lambourne there. This is Hemel. By Hemel we need to be at 220.
Clear of conflict.
Looks like we've got a TCAS, but they've disappeared. Okay. So 220 we'll set. Yeah. It does indeed. But I think it just shows the amount of detail they put into it. There really is a hell of a lot. There really is. The sounds are fantastic, the visuals are fantastic as well. Of course, HKK or COSP, who did the sounds for this, done an absolutely fantastic job. Beautiful. I mean, just look at the work here on the leather and stuff. I mean, bearing in mind, I'm not even on, I'm on medium texture settings. As you all know, VRAM is a bit of an issue on my machine. Hence why I've got my texture settings on medium, but it still looks pretty good, and I can't wait to stick those graphic settings up to, stick those textures at the very least up to sort of the maximum. It's going to look absolutely insane. We have now started our descent, 25 minutes into our flight. Not much to see other than clouds at the minute. Now when we land, we're pretty much going to roll it to the end of the runway. Really, we might take one exit before the end just because the cargo apron is at the end of the runway, and I can show you that. Here, if I go to airport map, I can go Echo Golf November X-ray and search ident. There it is. And we can see here, so we're landing runway 27 over here. Now this is a cargo apron over here. So we might take hotel. So we might take hotel. We probably won't take golf. We might take hotel. Or we might take Mike here and then go onward. I was here just a few weeks ago at East Midlands. Right around here. Spotting. But having this issue where the engine 2 generator doesn't work, probably me being a crap pilot, but even when I click the button it would stay off, back to ground school. Yeah, it might be, I've never had the issue, and I don't remember there being any specific that you need to do to get it working for Gen 2. But yeah, probably worth having a look at the FCOM at least, as we hit some turbulence here. Should probably do our performance for landing. So we'll go show landing, FMC data. We're doing runway 27. Condition at East Midlands Airport is dry. I've just read the METAR. The wind is 200 at 10. The temperature at East Midlands is 2 degrees. QNH 1025 hectopascals. We're gonna have both reversers, flaps 30, anti-ice off, brakes 1. So our landing weight, now what would you do to get this the way I like to do it? I'm sure there's multiple ways to do this. If you go to airplane, weight balance, weight summary, zero fuel weight was 2229, right? That's not going to change in flight, so zero fuel weight. What we can do is we can go to progress, and estimated fuel when we arrive is 11 tons. So I'm going to take my zero fuel weight and add 11 tons. So that's 222.9. So that's going to be 233.9 for our weight. So we can go back to performance, show landing, and that's 233,900. We're going to add 5 and hit calculate. Landing distance is 2,789 meters. If we go to the airport info, runway, it doesn't seem to pick it up. Why is it not picking up the runway info? Oh, here. So takeoff runway available, takeoff distance available. We have 2,894. So 27 is a little bit close. I might go I might go for auto brake 2. Okay, we can descend lower than 220 now. We can go down to, looking at the star, down to 080, and I'm going to clean up the flight plan a little bit here, because now this is accurate as well for East Midlands. It's a bit of a funny route. So as you can see, it makes you go round and then do a makeshift holding pattern and then go back up. It's really quite strange. The reason is like this, I don't know, but I have it on good authority from my flight instructor who flies into, or used to fly into, East Midlands Airport for real with ATRs. They generally give you vectors. Now, we're not running ATC, so what I am going to do is just go back, and from Velag, what I'm going to do is go direct to DTY 33, so I can do that. Find Velag and put that in there. Okay, and that should have cleaned up our flight plan a fair bit. Good. And that does make us a little bit high now, but that's fine. We'll get a bit of speed break out. The Listo arrival in Luton is also strange. Yeah, I'm going to ask my flight instructor why the arrival is like that. It is a bit strange. It makes you do a makeshift holding pattern before you actually end up, you know, flying the route. But I've seen some aircraft actually fly that route, the full route, on flight radar. But very rarely. Most of the time, it's just vectors. Vectors for the ILS, really. Speaking of which, if I go to fix and go Echo Golf November X-Ray 27, put that in, I'm gonna do, now I know the bearing off the top of my head, just because I know East Midlands quite well. So the bearing here, 089, is the opposite course to what we're landing. So the course for our landing is 269er, so 089er is the opposite course. So we put that in, and we get a lovely green extended centerline there, which is what I want. Beautiful. It's a bit dark down here. The lighting's a bit funky at the minute, but there you are. Cranfield Airport is just below us. There it is. There's Cranfield. It's a major aeronautical university in the UK. They do a lot of flight training out of there as well. I went there with university for a flight test sort of experiment in the flying laboratory. It's a Saab 340B, which I have. It was really cool. A really cool experience. Very dark for this overcast conditions. Of course, we're not live time. Live time right now, it's very dark here in the UK, but at 1 o'clock UK time, it should be pretty bright, and it's pretty dark down here, even for overcast conditions. Check your altimeter. Yeah, so the reason it's in orange is because it thinks this transition altitude is 18,000. It's not in the UK. Transition is 6,000 in the UK. So we don't need to adjust this just yet. Because 080 will still be a flight level, so I'm not going to change it just yet. I have a question. Why don't you limit your FPS to 60? I believe you could have a more stable experience. Yes, correct. However, I very rarely actually get 60 FPS. As you can see at the minute, I'm hovering around 45, so limiting to 60 won't really do much. Now, for a while, I limited to 30, and it was quite stable. I'm thinking I might limit to 40. However, limiting to 30 was a bit annoying because, you know, you get up into cruise and you're still at 30, which isn't bad. You can add loss to scaling for your frame gen. But it's nice having some extra frames to play with. But yeah, limiting FPS does really help. I think on the new graphics card, well, assuming it works, I'll look into limiting, hopefully. But yeah, limiting can absolutely help, totally. Alright, descending further, we're looking good. Now I know as we pass Leicester, we should be between 4 and 6, maybe 7,000 feet. Anywhere around there is pretty normal. Oh, limiting losses to 60, maybe using adaptive frame rate. So, when I last used adaptive frame rate, I got flickering. Maybe I'll try it again and have another play around. These settings are working pretty well for me at the minute. I'll show you them. So this is what I'm using at the minute. I actually just went through and did them today. So obviously latest to frame gen, fixed, multiply of 2, flow scale max, performance on, WGC, Q target 1, and you can see the rest there. This works well for me at the minute, but again, I think on the new PC graphics card, I'll look into changing these settings to see what works best for me. Monitor's refresh rate is 165 Hertz. So, of course, if I had a 60 Hertz monitor, I'd just limit it to 60. But when I get frame gen and it's all the way up to over 100, I do actually see the difference. On YouTube, you won't, of course, limited at 60 Hertz. But for me, on my monitor, I do see a difference. So, I can very much enjoy well over 100 FPS on this monitor. But yeah, absolutely. There's no point in having 100 FPS if your refresh rate on your monitor is only 60, right? When we gain a new computer, potentially just a new graphics card. But we're holding out. We'll wait and see. 11,000. I'm gonna a bit early, but I'm gonna get the lights on. Am I on public beta? So there's no beta for X-Plane at the minute. This is just the latest stable release. Passing 10,000 then. So Golden Aviation, it looks like it's going to be a... let me have a look here. I forgot already. It looks like it's gonna be an RX 7900 XTX 24 gig of VRAM, hopefully, is the plan. FMC message, oh, you want some drag? Right. Oh yes, look how fast we're going. Absolutely should get some drag out. I'm gonna go vertical speed. And I'm literally just gonna basically level us off for the time being because we need to get below 250 knots. The VNAV on the aircraft is not. I know it's still technically a VNAV beta and all that good stuff, but it's not. Still not there yet. It's there's work to do on the VNAV side of things, I would say. Frames are appalling at the minute. CPU usage is absolutely through the roof. No map enhancement today. This is Orbex True Earth we're using today. Orbex True Earth UK. Now with this we can go all the way down to 2000. So I will do that, and I might just leave it in vertical speed. Or I might just go flight level change. Let's see what that does. Hello, are you going to descend? There you go, you took the time. QNH 1024, so let's get that set. And the green banana is coming in nicely. We are going to need to get some speed braking for that though. Golden Aviation, yeah, thank you. I was skeptical, I'll be honest, but I've spoken to quite a few people with the card and AMD cards in general, and it seems to be a mostly positive experience now. Right, we should be passing over. There it is, Leicester Airport, Leicester Airfield, the airfield that I used to fly out of in real life, doing my PPL, my flight training. Look at that. I do wish it was a bit brighter out here. This is a slightly dark for an overcast in midday for me. But we're descending nicely. Currently installing Ortho for XP in the northmost part of Scotland. Have the entirety of England, Wales and Ireland. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I had all of it done as well. And then I bought, well, I got given Orbex True Earth from Orbex to stream, of course, about a year and a bit ago. So Orbex True Earth just looks fantastic. Really, really nice. Honestly, if you fly in the UK a lot, oh, stutter. If you fly in the UK often, highly, highly recommend it. I mean, just look at that. Beautiful. I'm probably going to vector myself a little bit because it never makes us turn properly, or it constantly overshoots. I'm going to go flaps 1 so I can slow down here. There we go, we'll go to that speed there. Let's get some vectors. Let's do something like that. 030 for now. Give us a bit more distance between ourselves and the airport for the descent. As you can see, we're above the glide slope at the minute, so. I was considering the 7800 XT or 9060 XT with setting on RTX 5070s. Unfortunately, AMD doesn't have anything to offer in that range. Yeah. I'm going to open up Task Manager, stick it on my second monitor because VRAM usage is pretty much maxed out, no wonder. Wondering why my CPU usage is through the roof. Let's make this turn. We may actually overshoot a little bit, but that's fine. Go flaps 5. Slow it down to 180. Lots of stutters. Wow, performance is not good right now. PC is really struggling. Partially probably because I'm streaming as well, which doesn't help. Paired with a 9800 X3D. Let's just get on a nice intercept heading here. Which bottlenecks me most of the time. It works super well. 10 HP with the 3% V2. I believe I use around 8 to 9 gig VRAM. Yeah. I've got 7000 XVD, so should be pretty good. I'm sure that'll be a bottleneck with a GPU anyway. Yeah, we're getting some big frame drops here. I'm not entirely sure why. Alright, we're slowed down to 180 knots. Let's arm the speed brakes, get the landing lights, sorry, the runway turn off taxi light on.
Monitor vertical speed. Clear of conflict.
Is that a bug? There's no aircraft there and it's just giving me a TCAS. That must be a, give me an RA. It's not even giving me a TA, it's just giving me a RA straight away. That must be a bug. Yeah, absolutely. I hope so. I really hope so. I don't normally get stutters into East Midlands, but yeah, I'll have to investigate why that is. It's interesting. We are now intercepting the ILS nicely. And we're 8 miles out. Yes, I do. I've got Orbex East Midlands, absolutely. Normally, no issues, but in 12.3, my performance has definitely been worse, I have to say. Same with my VRAM usage has been a lot higher in 12.3. So we're going to level off at 2000 and intercept the glide slope, which is exactly what we want.
Traffic, traffic.
See again, it's traffic, traffic. There's nothing there, right? Let's see, is anything there of traffic global? When it loads. Right, we're gonna focus on flying, I go. Flaps 15, gear down. Slow down. I don't think we ever put our speed in here, did we? 146. Got the runway in sight. More stutters. Wow, this is clouds looking good, yeah. I didn't even have this many stutters going into Miami earlier. Wheel flaps 20. Bit of a crosswind. And we'll go ref then, so 146, and we'll go flaps 30. Oh yes, X3D with multi-threading will be fantastic, it really would. I'd love to have some lights on. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. I have to say the lighting doesn't look correct. Maybe if I touch it, shift it slightly, it'll figure itself out. Oh, we got no trees, no buildings. Gee, come on, explain what's going on. No auto gen. Wow. X-Plane's really struggling, huh? Again, I don't normally have this issue. I think it's something to do with my streaming software's potentially taking up a load of my resources, and X-Plane's really struggling to load in all the resources. This should look significantly better. Anyway, shall we land? Let's land. We'll disconnect the autopilot.
500.
Bar controls. No. Oh, it's probably because I disconnected using the bar, right?
400.
No road.
300.
There should be the M1 motorway down there, which you can see the cars on, but it's not physically there.
Lights low.
Don't want to get low. Is my runway even loaded in? No, my runway's not loaded in
100.
either. Wow. Look at this. This is terrible. Come on, X-Plane.
50. 40.
Can't
30,
land, surely. Going around.
20. 10.
Don't sink.
Alright, positive climb, gears going up. 15, flaps 15. That's flaps 15. Yeah, I think this is why we need a new graphics card, guys. Nothing's loading. Hopefully it'll load in when I return. Yes. I've never had this before in all my years using X-Plane, I have to say. Alright, flaps 5. And, right, let's get the autopilot on. And we're going to make a right turn. 089er, because we're going to fly circuit. I know there's a whole missed approach procedure, but we're going to fly circuit. Nope, don't want to... Hello, autopilot. Nope, okay. How about, we're going to do this ourselves, I guess. Speed is still down there. Come on. Give me... Oh, yes. No wonder. Okay, now we got some autopilot. Flaps 1. Flaps up. At least we'll have a nice little flyby. Yeah, it looks like my trees and stuff have loaded in now. Like I said, never ever had this issue. Now we need to see what the wind's doing, because I've got my heading on the direct heading outbound, but I need to see what the wind's doing. We need to track in or out potentially. We've got a slight crosswind from the right, so it's going to push us outbound, so that's perfectly fine. I will keep that heading. We're going to track out, but that's not a bad thing. I think X-Plane NG scenery will be late version 12, potentially version 13. I have no idea though, to be honest. Well, the residents of Nottingham here getting a fantastic show. Yeah, look at my VRAM compressing as well. I've never had X-Plane not render my trees or buildings before. It was really struggling on that approach, wasn't it? Yeah, that's a good point, Golden Aviation. It's a good point. Okay, we're above the glide slope now, so what I'm going to do is slow down and we can turn in a second here. I'm going to re-arm the speed brake. And we'll slow it down, because if I make this turn at 250 knots, we're going to overshoot by a lot. And we'll go flaps 1. And we'll go flaps 5. And we'll make this turn now. So I'm going to do 269er is runway heading. I'm going to do 269er minus 30, so 239er. If I can get it. That should do us, but we'll monitor. It should give us a nice ILS intercept here. 200 knots. Slow down further here. Still stuttering. Look at this. This is terrible. Absolutely horrendous. I'm going to arrest that turn a little bit, and I'm going to hit approach. We'll go flaps 15. I'm going to slow it down further. 7 miles out. I'll put the gear down in a second. A bit of a mess of an approach, but there you go, we'll make it work. Could very well be the 777 eating resources, because like I said, I've never had that issue before. Go flaps 20 as well, because that nose is a bit high there. I don't want my angle of attack to get too high. We should intercept the localizer, there it is. Intercepting the localizer nicely, and then we'll intercept the glide slope later on. Yes, again, yeah, the nitro light. I hope that's part of the NG scenery update and the way it all loads in. Look at that. We do get Qatar cargo coming into East Midlands occasionally. I'll keep my speed here for now, 160 actually with 4 DME out, so let's go to approach speed then. And we'll go flaps 30. I need to change my key binding. My key binding for AP disconnect is set to the bar rather than this AP disconnect button. Hence why my autopilot won't connect. It might be Golden Aviation. I will have to do a flight. I might do this exact flight tomorrow in a different aircraft and see what happens. It could very well be an issue. My True Earth is stored on an external hard drive. It is an SSD, so it shouldn't be an issue, but it could very well be that as well. But it shouldn't really. And SSDs are generally pretty good, pretty fast, of course. They don't tend to just fail. So I highly doubt it's that. More stutters. I'll have to monitor. But we should really have some lighting, runway lights or something, because it's very dark at the minute. But anyway, I think it's time to disconnect. There it is. I'm going to reset that bar just in case. My aircraft now will have a nice stable approach, hopefully.
Traffic.
All my trees have disappeared. Lovely. I just have buildings but no vegetation. Oh well. As long as my runway is there, we'll land.
300.
Oh, there's the lights. Lovely. Thanks for this auto popping that EGNX plane. Oh, nope. Now we don't get lights. Okay.
50, 40, 30,
Look at the texture compression there.
10.
Alright, we're down. Reverses, we'll fly the nose wheel down. See how compressed those textures are? There's something going wrong. Something is starting to die in my PC, I can assure you of that. We have no vegetation whatsoever. Nice touchdown. Thank you very much. We'll watch the replay, assuming it doesn't set my PC on fire or something. Looks like we're going to be able to take Mike like we discussed. So we'll stow those reverses. We'll take Mike here. It looks horrendous without any vegetation. Look how compressed my orthos are. Looks terrible. That looks horrendous, doesn't it? Jeez. Yes, I have heard of that, Golden Aviation. I have absolutely heard of that. Something I will look into, I think. Since I do have a few old graphics cards laying about that might just about do the job. Traffic Global are using the opposite runway as per usual. I don't know why they do that. They love to land with a tailwind. Not much is going right today for this stream, is it? So that's a Jet 2. Alright, let's head on to the cargo ramp over here then. Spoilers up, flaps all the way up as well. Landing lights can go off. Strobe lights off, get the APU going. Is it a GPU or CPU bottleneck? This is almost, well, frame time is saying CPU, but what I discovered is the CPU gets put under so much stress because the graphics card is constantly swapping stuff in and out of the VRAM for my graphics card. So my graphics card being subpar is causing a lot of stress on my CPU and all sorts. But I've never had issues this bad coming into East Midlands. Never. Traffic Global knows what's up sending a Jet 2. It does indeed. Well, good thing I've got a load of Nvidia cards, old ones, sat about. I'll be honest, it's looking a bit like FSX at the minute. Not particularly. I mean, look at that. Of course, it's not meant to look like that, but my graphics card is clearly on its last legs. This is almost definitely a graphics card issue. We will take the stand. Get the lights off. Get the radar off, and TCAS can go off as well. I mean, you can't even read that saying DHL. This is really why I wanted a new card as well, because this is not a good showing for you guys. You know, when I'm showing an aircraft and my textures are compressing, it just doesn't look good. And it doesn't do the aircraft developers justice, you know, it's not entirely fair. Nor does it do the scenery developers justice, because this looks normally a hell of a lot better, of course. And we'll stop there. There we are. Right. Oh, don't turn the beacon off. Turn the engines off. There we are. Look at that. Now, let's see here. So look, you can see my CPUs. Okay, RAM. We've got a little bit to spare. We're not doing too bad there, but look at my VRAM. Maxed out. And this is now when I'm not looking at anything, right? It's still really struggling. You can see there how it's definitely my graphics card causing issues. The video encode here is because I'm streaming, of course. That's nothing to worry about, but yeah, it's VRAM. We are struggling. I mean, if I go here, yeah, look, this is why. Explain setting my textures to minimum because we're not meeting our VRAM requirements. Now, the 777 is quite heavy on VRAM, I will say. Just looks horrendous at the minute. 8 gig, that's why I don't stream. Yeah, exactly. It's really difficult. It really is. But hopefully, not much longer. I'd love for this to actually say DHL, but it's not. So anyway, let's turn the beacon off and go and open this door. So we'll arm it up because right. Why can I not arm the door? Beacons off. Engines are off. Oh, the doors are... It might be that. Let's see. Load
Yes.
master, disarm the doors.
Doors to manual mode, please.
Both disarmed.
Well, hopefully, we shouldn't be having this VRAM issue anytime longer. I mean, it's still not loaded it. Look at that. Horrible. Anyway. I have to say, the lighting in here looks pretty nice, though. Right, can we now arm... No. Why can't I? Do I have to unlock first? Then arm? I do. There it is. Let's open this door. Is there a click spot to open this door? Yep. No, what we'll do, we'll just, can I open the door from here? Let's go to the doors page.
Please open the door.
Yes.
I'm sure I just missed a click spot. Yeah, I missed a click spot, didn't I? Right, open. We're floating, it's fine. Alright, that door's opening and we should see our lovely F1 car. There it is, peeking out. Lovely stuff. Looks like we got medium tires on. Anyway, shall we run the replay? What did Valanta say? You know what? That's not a half bad. Actually, it's not a half bad circuit, I guess. You can see here how I maintain the same bank angle, but we sped up to 250 knots. So we are, you know, our radius increased. Not too bad. I'll take it. Let's see. What was my 201 feet per minute? Not too bad. We'll take it. All right. Let's go replay mode. Alrighty. Let's take. Please tell me the doors are closed. No. Okay. Right. Let's just close these.
Please close the door.
Will do.
There is a bug with the sounds at the minute as well, where the sounds kind of bug in the replay. You need to, if you stay in the exterior, start the replay and then go to the exterior view, your sounds stay interior view. So I'll show you what you need to do in a minute. Let's close that. What you need to do is you need to go to the exterior view and then start the replay, which I'm sure is a bug. Oh look, we can read this now. There we are. That's how it's meant to look. A lot better. But we'll ignore the traffic global textures there. Oh, nope. We're back to FSX, guys. Alright, that's closed. Let's lock it and then we'll start the replay. Lock. Alright, now we can go out here. And you know what? I will get the lights on. Oh, they were on already. Look how they... Oh, there must be some bug there as well. Oh well. Right, let's look at the replay. Don't crash on me. Thank you. Yes, I have the same issue, Golden Aviation. Absolutely the same issue. I can show you here. So one engine spins here, other engine's not spinning. This is a bug from FlightFactor. Anyway, let's look at the landing. Oh, right on the marker. We'll take that. No need for it to be super smooth. We've only got a Formula 1 car on board. Oh, we do have an elephant. We do have one passenger, I guess, technically. Take a look at this. We'll ignore these horrendous textures back here. Oh, really? Yeah, I do think the aircraft is still a bit buggy on release. Oh, we'll absolutely take that. Right on the markers, 200 feet per minute, absolutely perfect, what I'm aiming for. We don't need a, 50 feet per minute landing. No point floating it halfway down the runway, right? Let's take a look at this. Still think the lighting is a bit weird right now. It's weirdly dark. This looks like it's on sunset, but it's not. This is midday in the UK. That does look pretty good there, though. Maybe flared slightly early, bit off the center line, but the actual touchdown itself wasn't too bad. Could have decrabbed a bit more, I guess, but hey, not too shabby. I do want to look at the... Oh, I don't think we'll be able to look at the go around, will we? Because of FlightFactor's weird replay system where you can only replay for a particular time limit. But we'll try. I think I have it set to 30 minutes. Let's... This might entirely break the PC. Let's see. All right, should we watch the go around then? Let's watch the go around. Now, I'm pretty sure we floated it a fair amount down the runway. Oh, it looks like X-Plane's decided to give us lights now. Right, let's watch the replay. Hopefully this works. Lovely. I have it set to 30 minutes. Actually, thinking about it, that could be a big issue, couldn't it? My replay being set to 30 minutes. Oh, yes. I mean, we were pretty much on the ground already when we initiated the go-around. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I don't know why Nightbot is deleting your comments, Golden Aviation. I do apologize. Nightbot gets trigger happy sometimes. I need to disable that. Oh, yes. Oh, it's because of the all caps. It's because of the all caps. Nightbot doesn't like when you put all caps. It shouldn't be deleting all your messages, though. Silly Nightbot. Look at the texture compression, I mean, come on. Again, not a FlightFactor issue, this is entirely a issue with my PC. But that score looks sounds amazing. Rocketing out of East Midlands. Let's do one more just because it sounded so damn good. That was literally, we were what, 10 foot off the ground? Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Yes, the Doppler effect. Yeah, absolutely. No worries about the all caps. To be fair, I need to sort Nightbot out. Nightbot shouldn't be deleting comments for that. It really shouldn't. You're good. All right, well, I think what we're going to do is I might leave it on a little... do we want a nose view for the go-around? And then we will... you know what? I'll do a nose view for the go-around, and then I'll do a nose view for the actual landing, and we'll call it a night, I think. FMod 2.0. I think so. I'm no sound expert, but yeah, I'm sure it's something to do with that. But the sound simulation, the sound physics are beautiful. They really, really are. I mean, the sounds here are fantastic. Oh, beautiful. Alright, I'm going to leave you with this landing here. Alright, so thank you all very much for watching. It's been fantastic to have you all here. I do apologise for the performance issues we've been having. Hopefully that'll be resolved soon. But you know, the FlightFactor freighter, really, really nice. Few bugs to iron out, I think. Maybe some optimization stuff to iron out, but you know, I'm sure they'll get it sorted, and it's really nice. Really nice. I'm so glad to have a freighter in XP12. Next time we'll be in the Felix 747-200, hopefully. That'll be next week. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.